What is up, you guys? My name is Nontle and I am back with yet another video, and I have been gone. I know. So this is a very special video, a video that I never thought I'd be making, especially on this day. As you guys know, today is the 10th of May 2020, and it is Mother's Day, and it is also my mom's birthday. And yeah, I would just like to share this with you guys. I don't know what I'm gonna title this video yet, but as you guys can tell by the title, we will be talking about exactly that. Okay, so basically I'll be just discussing like things that you go through when you lost a parent, specifically a mother, and like how to cope with all of that, and how I have been coping, and just like general stuff and questions I've been asked about a lot. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video and take a few things from this video. Okay, so I lost my mother last year November on the 20th, and she was laid to rest later that year. And okay, she had cancer, hepatic cancer. If you don't know what hepatic cancer is, it is a cancer of the liver. And to be honest, it was a shock. Like, my mom has always been a healthy person. Like, never have I ever, not even once, seen my mom sick until late May last year. Okay, she didn't even look sick, but she felt sick, you know. And for me to take the whole thing of my mom passing by in, it was very, very difficult. You know, when a person is so healthy, or looks so healthy to you, that you had hope, not even hope, you were sure, like you were completely sure that this person is gonna be in your life, in most of your life, you know. So I had that thing in myself, which, you know, man, like I never even like thought of it. Never have I ever once in my life thought one day I'd wake up and my mom would be gone. Like, it has never passed my mind ever. So you can imagine, you know, I feel like it would have been better if like she had been like sick for like a long time, or if like the diagnosis had been made a long time ago. I probably would have like let all of that sink in, and I probably would have been prepared, you know, to face whatever that came with her passing. But then God has his own way of doing things. I didn't know, and we all like didn't realize how bad it was. Actually, I won't even lie, it wasn't bad at all until late October. Okay, that's even early. Until late October, yeah, until late October. And it happened like so quick. Like, she got really, really, really sick, and in November she was gone. Like, I couldn't even like settle the whole thing in. Like, maybe, you know, accept, and I'm okay, mom is sick, and don't do it. And even then, even when she was like really, really sick, I never thought, I never thought like it was the kind of sickness that would take her away, you know. Yeah, because I always had hope. Like, I always had the thing, you would say, okay, when mom like masega variety, things will go back to normal, you know. And okay, sorry about that. You know, but that didn't happen, and yeah, that's just that. So yeah, this is like, I don't know, how I have been coping video, because I got a lot of questions about, like, a lot of people were asking me, Guti, you don't look like you just lost a mother, you know, you don't show it, like, you don't, you know. And people have been asking me, Guti, how have you been coping, and how do you do it, how do you stay so how do you stay so strong? And I just thought it would be nice for me to just be here in front of the camera and being vulnerable, and just discuss my coping skills with everybody else who might be going through this, or who might go through this. You know, life is unpredictable. But yeah, so like, losing a parent is a difficult thing, whether a mother, a father, or siblings, or like anyone close to you. It's not nice. Like, genuinely, it's not nice. So nobody's expecting you to be like, oh, I just lost my parent, and yeah, it is what it is, it's God's plans. No, nobody's expecting you to do that. So you must be there, be in the moment. I feel like everything happens for a reason, and whatever happens, just go through it, you know. Like, yo, parents are special, guys. Like, we share the most with parents. So if you lose a parent, we understand. Like, you're supposed to be sad, you're supposed to be angry, like, we get it. And most of the time when you like go through such, you must give yourself time, you know, to just like reflect on the whole situation. Don't rush into healing. Like, healing takes time. I know people who lost their parents over 10 years ago, and they still haven't healed, and it's okay, you know. Healing is a road, a long one. Like, don't rush into it. Just go through whatever phase you are going through. It's okay, you know. But you must also like be honest with yourself. If you know, Guti, this is not sitting well with you, express it. Don't hide it. I know, like, I had this thing of like not showing people that, okay, I know I had this thing of like not showing people that, look, I'm going through pain because of this. And like, it was hard. Imagine holding in tears, you know, because you don't want to make people who are around you uncomfortable. But my advice is that, like, if you feel like crying on campus, bruh, just do it. Okay, I'll look horrible now. You know, if you feel like just blowing off in the middle of the mall, do it. It'll make you feel better. I swear. I swear it'll make you feel better, because holding in is not nice. Like, holding in is like going a step back, you know. So yeah. Okay, so I'll also like to like discuss the stages of grief, because with everybody's passing comes grief, and it is a thing, it is there, and we have to deal with it, you know, whether you like it or not. So with grief, like, a lot of people deal with death in different ways, like in very different ways, but these are the most common stages that everybody goes through, that almost everyone goes through actually. And the first stage is denial. Yo, denial is a big thing. Denial is, yeah, I know with like my mom, when the news were broken to me, I was like, no, what? No, it can't happen. Like, I was like, I just couldn't believe it. I was in like so much denial. Oh, like, although I could like see Gucci on that day, things were like different. Like things, like people were just weird to me, you know. People were asking me stupid questions like, "How you doing?" And I'm just there like, what's happening? But a part of me was like thinking about it, but also I was like in denial. I was like, no, like it can't happen, not now, you know. Because obviously I had like plans for like, you know, both of our lives, right? So like I've been taking this coffee and not drinking it. Okay, let me take a sip. Okay, cool. You know, so denial is a huge thing, and if it goes on for a very long time, it might not help the person to heal or forgive and accept. So denial is a very is a very difficult stage to pass through. Like, okay, so yeah, denial is a very crucial stage, and if it's not dealt with as soon as possible, it can get as far as a person imagining that their parents are still there and talking to them. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I know people who do that, but when it gets to a point where you're like living like a normal life that you used to live before, like with your parents, and you're doing the same things now but without your parents. Okay, for example, you'd be like, oh mom, I just got back from school, blah 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 blah. Like you're talking to your mom, like having a conversation like that, and she's not even there. Then if it gets to that point, it will be very tough, you know. So denial must be dealt with as soon as possible, you know. And like a way of accept, I mean, okay, I feel like it depends on people's beliefs, you know. If you believe that everything happens for a reason and God is always there for you no matter what, and he doesn't do things to hurt you or to harm you, like you get to accept and not be in denial, because you have that hope that, nah man, this is not happening like for like bad reasons, or you know, just that. So yeah. And then the second stage that a person can go through is anger. Yeah. Okay, anger is, yeah, it's like that's the very dangerous stage of them all. Like I know with myself, like I was so angry, still am, but I'm getting the hang of it now, you know. But I used to be so angry with my mom, with myself, with God, and like it affected a lot of like things around me. Because I remember I even like stopped doing my normal religion stuff. I stopped going to church. I stopped reading the Bible. Not that I read the Bible every day, but you know, I stopped reading the Bible. I stopped believing. I was just like, you know what? You know, like life is over, and I was just like, okay, what's there for me to believe in? Because if God didn't like do this one favor for me, which is keep my mom alive, like what more can he do, you know? I got to that stage and I was like very angry, like with everyone even. And yeah, that was like the hardest part ever, like being angry, and especially at my mom because she wasn't there, and I'd just be like, why do you do this to me, blah blah blah. Like I'll just talk, even when like I'm not just saying it out loud, but each time I'd like go to bed, I'd wonder, it's like, dude, how could you, you know? So yeah, anger is like very, very, okay, I look horrible now. Let me go fix this. Okay, yeah, so ways of dealing with anger is there are like a lot. Like you can deal with anger by just doing your like normal activities that you find fun, and your religious activities, I don't know, but this is how I dealt with my anger. Okay, this is like the bad way of dealing with anger, but it made me feel better. So hey, baby girl, if it gets to that point, do it, you know. So I like I ate a lot. This sounds funny, but yeah, like each time I got angry, I'll just go to the fridge and grab something, you know, and grab something to eat and just munch on it while tears fall down my cheeks, and I'll just feel good about myself, you know. But it worked for me. And also I write a lot, so when I'm angry I'll just write things down, you know, even if it means swearing at, like, I don't know, whatever, the world, and I'll just do it on my phone, write something, write some bullshit, but like just be angry and then take that thing off, you know, because I never really like, I was never like really open, still am not, but at that time it was like worse. I just didn't talk to anyone about it. I was just there like, okay, whatever, you know. Yeah, so yeah, you must find ways of dealing with your anger, and because if you don't deal with it, it will get to a point where you drink to make yourself feel better. You binge on alcohol, you binge on risky stuff, you know, and that is not healthy for you or anyone around you. So you don't want to find yourself doing that. And even if it means talking to someone, just do it, man, you know. And if you prefer talking to a stranger, do it. Just grab whoever you come across on the road. Okay, maybe not, but yeah, man. Yeah, and talking to people who have went through whatever you're going through also helps, because it makes you feel like you are not alone, and it makes you feel like it's normal, you know. You feel like it's more normal when you hear a lot of people talk about it, and you just like, oh, okay, so God doesn't just hate me, it's a way of life, it's how things happen in life, you know. It's a cycle, people die, people get born, and it's okay. Okay, the next stage is bargaining. Sekoa. Bargaining is basically the what if stage, the only if stage, like, you know, when you start like saying things with that if part, when you're like, oh, my graduation could have been better if my parents was here, this if they were here, if only they were here. It's that stage, and it is a good thing, but also you must like take into consideration that it is not anyone's fault that you lost a parent, you know. And if you will like always mention that to people, let's say you're having a birthday and people like did like a mini lunch for you and it's honors, and you out there like, oh, this could have been the best day, only if, like, it makes people feel like, okay, they're not enough. But at the same time, you must take into consideration that you're not doing it for people. Like, you're not living for anyone, you're living for yourself. So whatever makes you feel good about yourself, just do it. But it's a good and a bad thing, you know. But it's a phase that everybody goes through, and you're supposed to go through it, because like it's how we were born, you know. We were born to hope, we were born to like make plans for like the future. So obviously if like you had plans for the future like I did, I was had like this thing in my mind that, oh, my graduation would be so good, my mom would be there crying about it, you know, such things. And then obviously like when they happen without that person, you just be like, oh, okay, it doesn't feel the same anymore, and it's okay, you know. It's fine. Okay, so the last stage I have here is depression. Now this is like a huge part of dealing with grief, like the biggest of them all, and one that can last for a while or even a lifetime, you know. And I feel like a lot of people have turned a blind eye to it. I believe it's because of ignorance, or people not wanting to accept that people do go through these things. It's not for clout. It's not like, why would you wanna look sad on like why would you wanna be known as the girl that's sad? Like, that's not a nice thing. So I don't know why people feel like it's a clout thing, you know. So depression is a big deal, and if you don't deal with it, you'll find yourself taking your life away, which will make another person miserable. And if they don't take care of their depression, they might take their lives away, and so on and so on, and the cycle won't even stop, you know. So we must take action and go before this gets to a point of no return. And I feel like even parents or like family are not, I want to say they ignorant, but I feel like it's not like a thing that they used to, you know. Especially when you're like Black African, we hardly like have a family member who has been diagnosed with, you know, depression or stuff. And it's not because they don't go through these things, but it's because when they do, as the people around them, we don't like be like, oh, there might be something wrong with you, go see a doctor. We just be like, get over it, you know, suck it up. These things happen, you know. We become hard on ourselves and on other people as well. Hence, like, this whole depression is still like a segment that is not understood very well in like a Black African community, you know. And that makes it even harder for people to deal with these things in a good way. I don't know if that's the correct word to use, or that's the well-fitting word to use, but there are ways that a person should deal with depression, and they must not be harmful to themselves, you know. And I feel like this whole thing of us being like, oh, depression is nothing for Black people, is not a thing for Black people, is the reason why we have a lot of teens throwing themselves off buildings when they can't deal with stress and depression and whatever they feeling and all the emotions. Because, you know, we don't teach the community about these things. And I'm glad that at this point in time, like, a lot of people are coming out with this whole mental illness situations. It's good, you know. It's good to get the information there and get people to know, this is how you notice when you're depressed, and this is how you deal with it, and this is who you should see, and this is who you should talk to, and so another thing I'd like to say is that you must not try and escape from depression. I feel like that's one thing that people want to do. You know, when someone gets like really sad for a long time, their goal is to just not be sad. So they try by all means not to be sad, not to feel the anger, not to feel pain, not to, and that's not a good way of dealing with depression. Like, be in the moment, you know, experience it, like enjoy the pain. It's okay, you know. Like, be there. I'd like to read this, and I quote, this is what whoever said, I forgot to jot down the name of the person. My apologies, this was not written by me. Please don't come for me. And I quote, it says, try not to escape from it. What? Depression. Enjoy it. Allow the sadness and emptiness to cleanse you and help you to explore your loss fully. And when you do that, depression will leave as soon as it served its purpose in your loss. So it is not happening because, like, for no reason. It's happening for a reason. It's a phase. You must go through it, and as soon as it's done doing what it's supposed to do, it'll walk out of your life, you know. Sometimes it does, and sometimes it doesn't, because we are not using the correct ways of dealing with it, you know. We are not using the correct principles, we are not using the correct equipment, you know. And again, I would like to like emphasize going and seeing someone, specifically a professional, your psychologist, your therapist, your what do they call them, counseling, yeah, go see those people. I know, Gucci, okay, with most of us black African people, we don't really have that much exposure to such people, but they are there. I believe you can go to any clinic and you'll find one, right? I'm not sure if it's like you can just access one just like that, but if whoever is accessing you at that moment, if they feel it's really necessary for you to see one, I believe they can make a plan, organize one, and set you an appointment. It is crucial to do that, like, honestly. And I'm only saying this because I went to go see a psychologist. Shout out to Dr. Pindile, by the way. Yeah, that's if she'll see this. You know, and like, at some time I thought it wasn't really gonna help, but I got to a point where I was like, I can't do this alone anymore. And like, I have very supportive friends, you know, and even my friends are there, but still they're happening, you know. And even family is there, and I'm doing YouTube, trying to get my mind off things, and it's still not helping. I'm eating all of my food and it's still not helping. And I was like, no, like, this is a point where I go see someone, or else I'll just jump out of this building. Okay, maybe not, but yeah. You know. And it really helped. Like, it really helped. Even though I got to a point where I was like, okay, I am not going to attend therapy sessions anymore. I feel like that was because I was tired of just being there and just being, I don't know, because like most of the time, okay, I'd be fine for the day, you know. Like, let's say I wake up today and I'm feeling okay, I'm feeling perfect, and then I have a session, and obviously on the session we will have to like go through everything, you know. So that means everything will just come back and I will feel horrible for the day, you know. And you can imagine. So each time I woke up feeling well, I just wanted to be like that for however long, you know, because being sad is not nice, you know. So that was mainly like the reason I stopped going for the sessions, but they really helped me a lot when I really needed someone to talk to and someone who'd be like honest with me, because I know if it's someone you know, they'd be like, Gani, I don't know, like they won't be as hard as they should be on you, or they might not be as gentle as they should on you. So talking to a professional is a requirement. Yeah, so that is all I had to say, I think. Oh no, what? No, there is the last stage. This is the last stage. I know I said that was the last stage, but this is the last stage. This is the biggest stage, and this is like the stage as a wenza ubina that part. Acceptance. You see, once you reach that stage, you are good to go, and your life will be beautiful again. Maybe not as beautiful as it was, but it will be okay, and you'll adjust to that new life, you know. Acceptance is key. Acceptance is key. You know. And yeah, man, we all fighting to get to that stage where you're like, okay, my parent is gone and life goes on, you know. Yeah, man, like I can be sad about it, okay, it's fine, but also I must remember that it's not coming back. It cannot be undone. It's there. You know. So yeah, I feel like that's all I wanted to talk about. If I skipped something, you are welcome to comment on the comment section and tell me how you dealt with such, or how you would deal with such, and let me know if you guys like these like sit down and serious videos, because I never really like make serious videos. Yeah, because this channel is about entertainment, and such videos aren't entertaining at all. Yeah, but I feel so much better. This went better than I thought it would have, and I'm glad. Without wasting you guys' time and data, please like, subscribe and comment down below, and please share this video if you relate to it, or if you think someone might relate to it, just share to the person. It might help, you know. I'm not saying I'm a therapist or I know better or don't, but it might help. And from me to you guys, peace out, and I love you. Yeah.